Big shout out to Tommy V in Michigan. He was on fire this morning.
Okay, thank you, Tommy V in Michigan. Yes, sir. If you share my prayers.
Tommy V's on. Yeah, we'll jump over there. How about that?
State of Michigan versus Aaron Piccini, case number 23S00008.
Rachel McDuffie for the people.
Assistant Public Defender Allison Mueller here on behalf of Aaron Piccini. Mr. Piccini, can you state your name for the record, please?
Aaron Piccini.
Thank you. All right, we're here today for a pretrial, and there's also a bond violation.
That's
Am I
correct.
able to speak? Oh, sorry.
That's correct, Your Honor. So we had adjourned to this date to seek, well, for a couple of things. I know Mr. Piccini had to deal with the situation with his injection and everything. And we also, he has several cases pending, and he is up for PCC today as well for his felony matter. He has been accepted to the 14B recovery court, I am told, and but we still need to effectuate some sort of global resolution, because he would obviously not be able to be charged with or convicted of the felony matter that is pending. But before that can be addressed, Judge Simpson has to address the bond violation, which I received from the felony prosecutor. It was not sent to our court or us, if I'm not mistaken. I know Ms. Moeller has some information about some of that. I am mostly concerned about the fentanyl, but I know there are some other things there as well.
Yes, the bond violation alleges, I have a copy of that. It alleges that on March the 18th, you tested positive for Buprin. March 20th, Buprin and amphetamines. March 26th, Buprin, amphetamines, and fentanyl.
Your Honor, the first test that's caused by the Suboxone that causes that buprenorphine result. And then I did send to the court this morning for the 20th. Aaron did take a confirmation test that was negative. So I sent that to the court for the amphetamines. That was negative. Do you see that, Your Honor?
I'm looking right now.
Okay.
Yes, I see that. It still doesn't explain the most important issue that I have.
I understand, Your Honor, and we do need to address that. And I just, before, if it's okay, I just want to explain a little bit of the background of the positive before. I think I know how Mr. Piccini would like to proceed, but I did just want to say that we did find out, I think it was.
Finish right now.
I'm sorry, Your Honor.
You have a right to have a hearing in this matter, at which time, if it is found that you violated the terms of your bond, or if you admit to violating the terms of your bond, you can have your bond revoked. Do you understand that, Mr. Piccini?
Yes, Your Honor.
His hand, do you want to talk to me or your attorney, sir?
To you, Your Honor, if I'm able to speak.
Well, that's up to your counsel.
You can. You can. It might be better to wait, but just, you can go ahead.
Well, should I wait?
Maybe just until we get through the arraignment, okay? And then we can, and then you can say whatever you'd like.
Yep.
All right, Ms. Mueller, I have arraigned him. You were saying that you think you know how he wants to proceed?
I do believe Mr. Piccini wants to admit to the violation. Is that correct?
Yes.
Now you can raise your right hand, sir, to be sworn. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to provide will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. You may lower your hand. Sir, is it true that on March 26, 2024, you tested positive for fentanyl?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. I find that there's a factual basis for the plea. It has been willingly and knowingly made. Are you satisfied, Ms. McDuffie?
Yes, Your Honor.
I'm satisfied as well, Your Honor.
Thank you. Now, what would you like to say? I'll start with you, Ms. Muller.
Thanks, Your Honor. I just wanted, and this isn't going towards disputing, it's just to explain that we do have little information. This was the preliminary test that was positive. Aaron called me directly on April 3rd. That is when he found out about the positive result. And so then I emailed with Brandon Casey. I think that they had an old number. I don't know. Mr. Casey told me that they called and the line was busy. I believe he was only called once about the positive. So Mr. Casey did have Mr. Pacini's new number, but what I guess happened at the end on April 3rd, they set his GPS tether off. And so that's how he found out about the positive. We did ask if we could send it in for a confirmation, but it was one day outside of the window. But we don't contest that that preliminary test was positive. We realize there's very little that could cause that false positive. If it was a true positive, I know there is some standard for the preliminary being incorrect, but you know, I'll let Mr. Pacini speak to what he thinks happened as far as the violation. I just want to speak to him. You know, everything I said at the last pretrial is true. I think he's doing everything he can. He's doing really well. I sent to the court. He has a meeting with his outpatient therapist tomorrow. He does have a bed open on the 15th for residential treatment at the Home of New Vision Center. So I think he's open to going to that. He is happy to be accepted into the recovery court, and I think looking forward to it. He does understand that, you know, a kind of a big tenet of the recovery court is truthfulness, and he's prepared to do that going into treatment court if the global resolution still allows that. And, you know, he's pretty forthcoming with, if he was using in any significant way, he said, I wouldn't be here, to be honest. You know, so I think whatever happened, I think he's still doing a lot better than the place that he was a few months ago. He's working every day. He has had no violations with the tether. So in that regard, I think he's doing as well as he can. And I hope the court will allow him the chance just to keep doing what he is doing. I hope it works out that he can come to recovery court. I think it would be a great program for him. And that's all I want to say.
So he could go into residential on Monday.
Yeah.
Duffy?
Your Honor, I'll leave it to the court's discretion. Obviously, it's very concerning to see that result. And the other part of my concern comes from the fact that the very first test that we got from Mr. Pacini, which was, I believe, November of 2023, was positive for fentanyl. And then he missed, you know, a lot of tests after that, was in violation status, which is interesting because in the underlying case, out of all the substances that were there, fentanyl is not one of them. But it showed up in his first test, and it showed up again right after he was, recently after he was released this time. I don't know what to make of that, quite honestly. As Ms. Moeller stated, I don't know of a whole lot that can produce that result incorrectly. There are some substances that can trigger a result that's incorrect, but cocaine and fentanyl are usually not among them that I know of. So if he is already scheduled to begin inpatient treatment on Monday, I don't have an issue with him basically just starting that as opposed to any other sort of like a remand, but I cannot speak to what's going to happen with Judge Simpson today.
I understand. Anything else you want to say, Mr. Pacini, at this time?
Yes, Your Honor. So I have not been using, as far as the amphetamine drops, that was caused by my antidepressant medication. I sent out for it, came back negative. So that's what both of those amphetamines are for. As far as the fentanyl, I was going to send that out. I was not informed, though. I don't know why I wasn't informed by my agent sooner. It was a week after. I immediately asked if I could have it sent out. He said that he would contact me back. He said they had already gotten rid of the urine sample, I guess. So I wasn't able to. And I do have a bed for inpatient Monday. I had set that up, and I've been going to outpatient. I've been going to meetings, Your Honor. I've stayed in touch with my attorney, with my agent. I'm not trying to deviate from any of the requirements that I'm doing. I just hope that that you're able to see that. And I guess that's it.
Thank you. Well, sir, I don't believe that you weren't using I'm just gonna be honest with you. I don't think that the positive would come back positive without that. Regardless, at this point, you are doing a lot of work to try to get yourself together, and I'm gonna trust that you're gonna continue to do that and that there won't be any additional positives between now and Monday when you go into your treatment. But I can't say what's gonna happen with Judge Simpson. I would hope that someone will get the documentation to him as quickly as possible so he can read it beforehand. Having said that, I'm going to adjourn this pretrial because we need to figure out whether there's a global that's going to be effectuated that allows you to come into treatment court. Problem is we don't have a whole lot of options, at least not for a Thursday. So let me look at maybe a Monday or a Tuesday. As soon as possible. So he has PCC today.
Yes, at 11 o'clock. He's in the 11 o'clock window.
Are we trying to do the global today? Do we know?
We can't do it today because APA Ganatra said that they can't address any sort of plea offers until Judge Simpson makes a decision on what to do.
Your Honor, this might be a kind of a crazy idea. Maybe this doesn't work at all, but we have a hearing this afternoon at 3, don't we? And I believe that's Ms. McDuffie's case as well. I don't know if we could just recall it this afternoon after we know what happens at PCC. I know that might not make sense this afternoon.
That I have a very large civil docket before then.
Oh,
Very busy.
understood. Sorry, Your Honor.
So he's supposed to be in treatment by Monday. Am I correct?
That's correct. Monday the 15th.
I'm gonna put it over to Monday the 15th to see if he's in treatment because that's the most important thing for us at this point. And if he's in treatment, they may or may not bring him on Zoom. So, but I'm gonna need proof that he's actually in there.
Okay.
We're not. Sure, the 16th is a match. When you say match, what do you mean? Prefer the 16th because then I can. I think no, I'm gonna do the 16th instead. That'll give you time to get the documentation and proofs that he's in.
Okay. Yeah, I'll send that over as soon as I have it.
April 16th, yeah, is that April 16th, 2024 at 9 a.m. Sir, you need to get them to send proofs to your attorney as soon as possible that you're in the treatment, okay?
Absolutely, Your Honor. Thank you.
Thank you.
I gotta get through this file. Court calls the case of the people versus Aaron Piccini.
Michigan Actor, Senior Assistant Prosecuting Attorney for the People. That's your features case.
Four Shell Feaster, Assistant Public Defender on behalf of which client?
What? What did he say? It's Piccini.
Piccini.
Mr. Pacini.
Didn't know his name?
I've never met him.
We all know his
They
name.
switched counsel on you.
Never met him.
No, but
We have
we know his
spoken.
name. I don't know
This is
what.
my first time
Yes.
laying eyes on this gentleman. Introduce yourself.
Same to you.
You guys are doing your greetings. Now, just go ahead. What are we doing?
Any corrections?
Is there?
There is.
I don't.
Dated April 3rd. Have a copy. Like,
I think I'm gonna need one.
No.
relevant points.
It's fine. I didn't get a copy, but I was made aware of it. So I know
Okay, it's an April 3rd one. We didn't get this one. Okay, this is all through March. All right,
Thank you, Judge. I did speak to Mr. Pacini about the violations. He acknowledged the violations of being around the narcotics and testing positive for the use of the narcotic. He was going to have that sent off to the lab, is my understanding. We're working with Miss Moeller.
Yeah.
Miss Moeller. But when they approached to have that sent off for level testing, it was a day too late.
It was what?
A day too late. They had already got rid of the sample. In the alternative, Miss Moeller from my office went ahead and helped him facilitate his treatment plan. I have provided a copy of that to you. I believe it's in your file. He is going to be doing.
With Trinity Health.
Yes, Judge. So he had a copy of it. Yeah. And so basically, this is the plan as to what Miss Moeller and Mr. Pacini have put together to try to rectify his violation and get him on the right track. And he's hoping that Your Honor will allow him to follow this plan.
And you've been continuing to test once a week?
Yes, sure.
I don't have any other further indications based on the March 18th date or from this report that he's had any other issues. Okay.
So our plan is to do a global resolution case and the case in 14B, but we had to get through the violation before we were able to do that. If we have a short adjournment, we'll hopefully come back here with a resolution on all the files.
It's March 26th was the most recent testing, and that was the amphetamine.
That right. And
18th was the first one listed on that grid. The 20th and then the 26th.
26. I got you.
Court's dated April 3rd, and I can give this to the court for its copy.
Oh, okay.
I have one on base anyway.
All right. Very good.
As for the amphetamines testing,
Yes.
my client says that is his medication, and he said that he has.
Okay. Did he turn it over to the people at Community Corrections?
He said he did.
So I sent it out, it came back negative. They said it will happen every time. It'll come back as amphetamines, the Wellbutrin that I'm on. Thank God I sent it out because I would have probably violated and been back in here had I not. And like I said, I was not given an opportunity to send that other one out, unfortunately. Otherwise I would have.
Okay. All right.
I'm showing that to Mr. Ganatra, and if the court would like to see the copy of his negative.
Now, if he's got the, okay, as long as they've got it, I'm gonna be okay with it.
Thank you, Judge.
I'm gonna put here that the bond violation has been addressed, defendant in treatment. Okay.
Thank you, Judge.
All right. And what do we
Just
want
a
to do?
short adjournment. We're gonna come back with a resolution for all of his files.
Okay, so the 24th, 25th would be enough time.
Fine, Judge, yes.
So probable cause April 25th, 2024. Any bond continue.
Very much.
Thank
All
you.
right, thank you.
Go ahead.